What is going on, guys? It is bank holiday Monday in April the 5th. Yes, I think. Not much progress has happened in the reptile room this weekend. We've mainly been outside clearing all the ground and just working on our garden. We've had a good few days of it. It is relatable to the reptiles, I suppose, because we are going to be building a tortoise run out there. So before I could do any of that, I need to clear the ground. But today I'm going to do a little feed out with our lizards, some of our invertebrates, maybe our frog. I've got a pot of waxworms and I've got some vegetables, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so first things first, let's get the main girl sorted out. We'll go and feed Miss Daisy. Oh dear. Good morning, girl. Right, so normally give her a little feed over here. What have we got today? We've got some dead nettle picked out the garden, and to bulk that up we've got some spring green as well. There we go. Get a little sprinkle of Nutribol on there. Are we going to go, Daisy? There we go. What's this? Oh, you're not turning your nose up. So I'm going to let her walk over there. She can find it herself. Daisy's been doing really well. She's been up for about 3 weeks now. Eats fine. We bath her every weekend, so she's due a bath today. I'll give her a little bath today. Still got to trim that beak of hers, so that's next on the list, but I'm just making sure she's all good. But yeah, so she's doing fine. She's eating fine. And the more sort of better weather we're getting, the more I'm thinking into her run. So I think I'm going to mark that down on the floor. I'll film a video about it, but I'm going to mark that down on the floor and start gathering materials ready to make fences and stuff like that. So she's not too bothered about her food this morning. We'll come back to Daisy. So next up, vegetable trimmings from last night. Vegetable, not cuttings, trimmings. We'll give these out to, we'll start with the Madagascan hissing cockroaches. You can have a bit of all this. That's quite a lot of potato. We won't be feeding all of this stuff out. I'll go a little bit on the floor for the babies. They can eat broccoli. I'm not entirely sure about the broccoli. So they can have some of that. I've actually been getting babies from these now. So, like I've been saying, the reptile room gets to about 24 degrees. Maybe it was averaging out 22 during the winter. But I did a little bit more research into them and stuff like that, because well, I mean, I've got loads of females in there, and I just never spotted babies or anything like that. We've got some weird glare there, haven't we? Never spotted babies or anything like that. And it's not that I want to have millions of them floating about, but I did think it would be cool to have some babies here and there. So hello, here's one. So I added a heat mat to the side, and that's on just 24 hours a day. It's sellotaped to the side, on the outside, obviously, and they sort of bundled up to that corner, and ever since then I've been getting babies. So that's just what they needed, another maybe 1 or 2 degrees extra heat, and that has spurred them on to pop out babies everywhere. And I actually get them, I'm going to be changing their tank out soon, because they actually hang out right in the tops of these enclosure, these little mouldings, like where the roof bit's moulded in. But yeah, and that's a bit of a pain in the arse, so I keep a tub underneath, so when I open the door, just in case they fall out, we're gonna throw some into our dubia roach colony. We've got tons of these. I don't tend to feed them out as of yet. I've still been kind of just letting them run. Get some of the old food out. But yeah, we'll throw that in. What have we got there? Take a couple of these. Right at the back. I actually have great success with these. I mean, that's potentially a dead male cockroach down there, but I keep a pot of what are they called? Rabbit nuggets from Tesco's in here. And originally I read into that to use that as an ingredient to make cockroach chow. So I brought a bag of it and I ground it all up. I added in some other stuff and I fed it out, and it was fine. They were eating it. And then I thought, well, I'm just going to try the actual rabbit nuggets themselves. And I just buy them in a bag like that. And sure enough, they come in here. I mean, this is normally heaped up, so they've come in here and they eat away at the nuggets, which is insane because they're quite tough. But and then I sort of throw a handful in there every time I do a clean out. I do a clean out every week or every 2 weeks, and they disappear. Even the babies eat them. So there we go. No more grinding and blending up rabbit nuggets in our blender. Who's next? Okay, so next on the scraps list is our Pachnoda fruit beetles, some beetles. So in here I just keep a running colony of them. Haven't really done anything to them at all. Also in here is kind of my main breeding colony for woodlouse. Look, that one's molting right there. So I've got grey woodlouse in here. Look at all those grubs. So I've got grey woodlouse in here, orange woodlouse in here, and they just every now and again I just sort of flip one of these up, especially like this piece here, and knock some out of there into other enclosures. So yeah, and what I normally do with this, so this is Daisy's old food, so if she doesn't eat some bits I throw it in here. So not much gets wasted actually, because the grubs eat anything. So grubs are really useful. If you do want a way of getting rid of some of your vegetable scraps and stuff like that at home, definitely recommend keeping sun beetles. Even if you don't display them, you can keep sun beetles in like a tallish tub, throw some cork in there, stuff like that. Keep a deep layer of soil in there, so this is full up right to the brim of this Exoterra. Keep a deep layer of soil in there, and once they start laying eggs and they turn into grubs, and the grubs eat everything, so I'm not too worried about chucking, you know, like a big old handful of potato and parsnip stuff in here. I've got the woodlouse in there as well, so everything will go mad. We give them a cheeky, here we go, a cheeky bit of broccoli. And then the rest of this I will give to my mealworms. So I keep a mealworm tub in here, I suppose we'll call it a tub. So in there is just loads of mealworms in soil, and I just let them do their thing. Okay, so we will start with guaranteed firm favourites for the waxworms, and that is our 2 female leopard geckos. Oh, it'd help if I didn't drop me tongs. They wouldn't normally be awake this time of the day. We are morning. Oh, hello. But we're going to wake them up just for, I'm sure they won't mind being woken up just for some food. Oh, guys. You're in the shed. So this is a bit of a temporary enclosure. It's not big enough. I'm going to make them a 4-foot enclosure and fully kit it out. Loads of rocks, ledges, places to hide. Nice and tall as well, because these guys can climb about. You gonna eat? Almost. There we go. So as you can see, this one's got some fat deposits there. So I'm not going to go mad with feeding out the fatty foods, because I want them to kind of burn that off and stuff. So I won't go mad with that. This one is much better with her weight. So someone's been getting more food than the other one, possibly. You gonna come out? You gonna bite? Come on. Quick rundown. So as I say, this is basic, but I'll tell you what's in here. So right at the top there, we've always had an Arcadia UV light of some kind in here. She's going to butt my fingers if I'm not careful. So we've got a basking spot up there. I use a normal halogen lamp up there. Over here, I've got an Arcadia Pro T5 kit. I believe it's the Shade Dweller actually in there. And you do see them, if anyone follows me on the Instagram, you do see them sitting on here. So they're definitely getting some essential UVB as well as heat and stuff like that. You have another one. Story from these two is when I was a zookeeper at a aquarium nearer me, and I was doing reptile stuff mainly at the weekends, because I've always been a lift engineer. But I used to go in at the weekends, help build new enclosures, kind of do big sort of refurbs on the enclosures, and kind of keep on top of that from the reptile side of things for them. I'll give this guy one more. It's a girl actually. I'll have 2 females. And basically while I was there spot cleaning the leopard geckos one day, I noticed the female laying eggs. So I sort of stopped what I was doing with them and watched the female kind of from afar lay some eggs, and I took them home and I incubated them just for fun, see what would happen. And here we are, 2 girl leopard geckos, sisters. Anyway, that's these guys. Who's next? So that's our guaranteed feeder. Let's try a less guaranteed feeder, and that is my muddy-eyed crocodile skink. Absolutely no idea where he's going to be. We've got a male in here. Recently kind of stripped out the enclosure and just sort of started again, quite basic. Just going to let the old ferns, really cut down the fern. This thing used to be absolutely chock-a-block full of fern, like you couldn't see in here. So I cut all that out and kind of started again. Where are you likely to be? There you go. And that is what owning a crocodile skink's like. Okay, so it might be too early in the day for Big Bertha the frog. We can see. Whee. This is Kaylee's Asian forest scorpion. You coming? Oh. Come on, let's all see ya. No, you're not having it that easy. You're going to have to work for it. Come on. Come on, let's see your face. There we go. And this is the Asian forest scorpion setup, which Kaylee done. Definitely her pet scorpion. I think it's a lovely little enclosure. Okay, next up is going to be the line day geckos. Now she's a very nervous baby, this one. So I don't tend to can't normally get food, like get her to tongue feed or anything like that, but we'll give it a go. And the male is a bit of a recluse at the moment, which is sad because he used to be always out. She lives in this little... Oh, she's taking it. No, she's ripped that in half. Oh dear. I don't know if you saw any of that, but I think that's as good as that one's going to get. Okay, so there you go. Bit of fun. A nice little half successful feeding video. I say normally I just throw crickets and locusts in with these guys anyway. They're not all tongue fed. They're not all you know, they're not all trained to come to the glass or anything like that. So that's as good as I can get it. We have got cockroaches eating their greens up there, all their veg. Daisy during the video has scoffed a load of hers, and she's back for another round of it. And I think, yeah, no one else is really eating. So is she going to go for that? No. Okay, there we go. We'll finish the video there. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next proper good video. See you later.